Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a general reading for the sign of Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, the information regarding that can be found in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Capricorn, I hope that you're doing well. Just give me one moment. I'm going to burn some Palo Santo. The other two Earth sign readings were quite intense. They were very, especially Virgo. Virgo was going through it. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one, the overall energy from the Wild Unknown Archetypes, and using a new deck to my channel, the Housewives Tarot, which has been a very, very fun deck to use. I'm kind of sad that I didn't use it earlier, but just wasn't ready for me then. So this is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. One card, please, for the overall energy for Capricorn. Angel, spirits, guides, and messages do you have for Capricorn, please? Cards feel very sticky for you. They were flying all over the place for Virgo. It's very unruly. You got, wow, quite seductive, the Vessel. The Vessel. So anytime we talk about the Vessel, I immediately think of ships. Spirit just said ships passing in the night. Also, and probably more akin to this imagery, the womb, right? The carrier of life. This also kind of reminds me of a great raven wing or a crow wing. This sense is interesting, the sense that this vessel, thank you, Spirit, this vessel being lifted up into the air, Spirit is now showing me the Merkaba, or Merkaba, however you say that. I don't have one, like, do I? No. I don't have one close by, but it's this shape that is basically a pyramid that is sitting on top of another pyramid, and it creates this beautiful shape that is supposedly to represent, it's like a 3D version of a 4D vehicle. It's a light vehicle. It's the vehicle in which our soul sits within it so that it can travel the universe. And Spirit is, it's very heady for a Capricorn reading, but Spirit is showing me you inside this light vehicle, kind of traversing the cosmos, traversing dimensions. In this particular vessel. But then it becomes this issue of, does one know how to manage it, steer it, operate it? Because unfortunately, Spirit just gave me that image of the submersible that sank last year. Not sank, it was that imploded when I forgot what it was called, Ocean Gate or something. I don't know why. That was very tragic and also crazy at the same time. And it's something I'd rather not think about, but Spirit is definitely bringing it to my mind. So that could be something that you just watched recently or talked about with friends, that particular incident. There's something to it. It's this capsule that we are encapsulated within that allows us to travel to the beyond, whatever that beyond that is talking about. and then it's like precious cargo, that you are precious cargo. So I'm going to get 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier, past, present, future, and 2 cards for advice from spirit. That's interesting. Okay. 3 more. 1 more. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. 8 cards on the table. The first 2 cards are your past energy. So here I'm talking about a vessel. Get the Hermit card. This is number 9 in the Major Arcana, representing Virgo, so a fellow Earth sign. And it's just kind of hilarious to me because it kind of mimics this imagery here. That's very synchronous, actually. It's quite precise. Okay, Spirit, very strange. Spirit is showing, so sometimes, so I'm a Reiki practitioner. I mean, I don't do it for money, but I'm a master Reiki. And so Reiki is energy healing, uses the hands a lot and motions and gesticulations and all that stuff to channel energy from spirit. Anyway, today, when I was taking a shower to get ready to film, etc., I did Reiki in the shower, and there's literally something called a Reiki bath, and it's an energetic bath where you set your intention with spirit, and then you kind of hold your hands up all the way up in the air, and then you channel healing energy, universal life force energy, and you just kind of go down your body like this. You don't even have to touch your body, and you just kind of go down your body like this, and it's like you clear all the energy and you release what no longer belongs to you. You release it to spirit, right? And they're showing me that right now with this Hermit card. The Hermit talks about going through dark night of the soul. So in a way, it's kind of like those wings that I was seeing in this card. It's almost like the fluttering of the wings. It kind of represents your soul to me. This sense that we're getting back in touch with our higher self. That's the Hermit energy. That is what happens because we're bringing up all of our traumas and our triggers and our inner child wounding, all the things that have led us astray, led us to forget ourselves. When we're in the Hermit energy, we kind of return back to our roots, return back to our bareness, it's so crazy, the synchronousness of these 2 cards. It's crazy to me, actually. The Hermit doesn't always look like a lady in a bathtub, right? So there's something to it. It's maybe something about shedding skin, shedding clothing, shedding skin, shedding a mask, getting back to the vulnerability. It's clarified by the 3 of Swords. This is one of the hardest cards to deal with in the tarot, if not the hardest. It's the Heartbreak card. It's the Disappointment card. And the past energy here, Capricorn, is like reckoning. It's like coming to terms with. Everything laid bare. Everything. See how the soaps are down here? It's like everything out on the table. All the cards on the table. We're just gonna you know, like extract each one of these and do our best to patch up where we need to patch up. It's very disconcerting too, because the imagery almost, it's too whimsical for the energy of the card, which could tell me that you may be a person that puts a humorous slant to tragedy or a humorous slant to hardship, which I'm not faulting you for, because, you know, if you can't laugh, you're gonna cry, right? Like that expression. Coping mechanisms. Can I have a clarifier for the Hermit and the Three of Swords, please? In the past energy. Yeah, look. The Death card. Number 13 of the Major Arcana. Here come the sirens. I've done 2 other readings today. No emergency response vehicles have come through. Anytime I hear sirens, it's like emergency, emergency. Capricorn, you have to listen. You have to listen. The cards are starting to fall off the table. What just fell off? Yeah. What just fell off? The Ten of Wands. Okay. Anything else fall off? No. The Death card talks about transformation, death and rebirth. I got this in another reading and it was just like, put a lid on it. You're trying to put a lid on it. Which might be counterintuitive. It's almost like the train has already left the station in terms of a spiritual ascension. And you know, we can go through many spiritual ascensions in our lifetime. It doesn't just have, we probably go through one major one, and then there's just a series of journeys. And this particular one, Spirit is showing me, it was really important for you to put an end to something so you could start over. Ten of Wands talks about burden. You got, in your past energy, this is tough energy. This is heavy. Disappointment and burden. I mean, it's too much to handle. And then Spirit is showing me you just had to put an end to something. It was just too much. Like it was a situation that was becoming stale and rancid. We just need to, like, start over. We need to start over. We need a do-over is what Spirit just said. Can we have a do-over? Where are you in the present energy? God, that feels so heavy. Thank you, Spirit. It's okay, Spirit. I'm getting, they're like, get on with it. Okay. The Emperor, number 4 of the Major Arcana. I think you're the only one that's gotten this card so far. Aries energy. The power of all, you know, it's crazy. It says 3 here. It says the number 3 here. It's this. I think this is the only deck where the numbers for the Empress, the Emperor, and the High Priestess, they're all like kind of mixed up. It's strange to me, and I don't know why. The number 3 could be very significant to you. It's usually the number 4. The Emperor is the power of all 4 kings of the tarot. All 4 kings of all 4 suits. Divine masculine. The King of Kings. Somebody, this is like large and in charge. CEO energy. Somebody who is in control. Spirits, I hate that song, but Spirit is playing that song Taking Care of Business in my head. Taking Care of Business. taking care of business and working overtime. That could be you, Capricorn. I could see that. That's typical Capricorn, isn't it? Working overtime. Working yourself to the ground, Spirit just said. Because it's clarified by the 9 of Swords. Look at Grandma in the corner there. What's happening with that? This, you know what this feels like? For a split second, I saw that game Clue, which is one of my favorites. The board game Clue. You know, Colonel Mustard in the kitchen with the scissors or whatever. Clue. Spirit could be leaving you clues. 9 of Swords is nightmare energy. Oh, you don't want to talk about it. Something you don't want to talk about, Capricorn. That's cool. You don't have to tell me. Just grading the cards here. You know what this also makes me think of, though, tremendously, overwhelmingly so, is cord cutting. If you have never cut cords before, or you don't know how, or you don't know what that is, cord cutting is this idea. It's all about energy. Every person we encounter in life, especially people that we've been intimate with, but everybody, we exchange energy with them. And depending on how close you are to that person, the level of energy exchanged could be a lot, to the point where boundaries are very loose. Respect is not being managed very well. And we get to this point where somebody's draining our energy, taking from us, emotional vampire, energetic vampire. And so we cut cords with that person. So I always tell people, and they don't really believe me when I say this, but I cut cords with everybody in my life. I cut cords with everybody I love. Because it's not about necessarily, but although it could, it's not about not talking to that person anymore. It's not about that. It's just every once in a while, I like to cut cords with people. I return your energy back to you. I take my energy back. 1, because it means that we're not codependent on each other. And 2, it means that when I approach you again, it's my choice. If I want to give you a piece of my energy, it's my choice. It's not something that's being siphoned off of each other. So we cut cords in order to prevent that. We cut them energetically. We cut them through meditation. So there's a really awesome guided meditation by Colette Baron-Reid, who is the author and illustrator of many of the oracle decks that I use. And she's like a spiritual leader. Colette Baron-Reid has a 5-minute cord cutting meditation on YouTube that is great. And I always like to say to people, because I give this video, I share this video with everyone. If you don't have time to make 5 minutes for yourself to do that meditation, what are you doing? Probably giving all your energy away to other people. Do this for yourself, Capricorn. I mean, do what you want to do. This is my suggestion. But I see cord cutting here. So these 2 cards, with great power, comes great responsibility. Who said that? Peter Parker's dad in Spider-Man or something? I don't remember. Something like that. Stan Lee said it. With great power comes great responsibility. I like how everybody thought it was like Aristotle, and it was like, no, it was Stan Lee. But that's what I feel. It's not that you're not in control. It's not that you're not taking care of business. It's not that you aren't taking care of your family and your responsibilities, and you're the chef, and you're the, the breadwinner, the rainmaker, the X, Y, and Z. You're all of those things, Capricorn. And yet, nightmare energy, sleepless nights. Like, that's enough to make anybody feel a little sleepless, right? Why, Spirit? Queen of Swords. Wow. 2 swords cards. Queen of Swords, Libra energy. Talk about cutting cords, right? She's just about to deadhead these roses. Yeah. Take that as it resonates. Energetically. Everything is energetic. Queen of Swords is somebody who's very discerning and very cold. The facts and just the facts. The thing I like to say about the Queen of Swords, she's very sarcastic. Apparently, she's very funny, very sarcastic. But she also knows what the truth is. She searches for the truth in you, but it's not because she doesn't know it already. It's that she wants to know if you know it. That's how I like to talk about the Queen of Swords. This could be your energy, or this could be somebody else's looking at you for the truth. That could have you staying up at night. Now, I don't think there's anything nefarious going on. Far from it. After all, you are the Emperor. And the Emperor does stand with a lot of power. But I do see that the counterpart to the Emperor in the tarot is the Empress. But if anybody was going to go toe-to-toe with the Emperor, it would be the Queen of Swords. So I feel like there's some tension here. I don't feel like this is your energy. I feel like this is somebody else. I feel like there's some tension there. And the future potential, 7 of Pentacles. Really asking yourself if you want to continue to invest in this same avenue that you've been on. Do you want to continue to invest? That's what the 7 of Pentacles is all about. And the 6 of Swords is kind of telling me, all signs are pointing no. 6 of Swords talks about moving on from choppy seas to calm seas. You can see here she's saying goodbye. See you later. You're walking away from something, I feel. You're at that precipice. Thank you, Spirit. You're at that precipice. You're still in your decision-making mode, but clarifying this card. And I think that you want to do it with as little fanfare as possible. This is a very quiet energy. We're going to just back away slowly, like Homer into the bushes. Can I have a clarifier for the 7 of Pentacles? What is it that we're walking away from? 4 of Pentacles. Justice in reverse. Okay. This could have to do with legal proceedings, court cases, contracts, and you holding on very tightly to your pentacles. Look, even the look on her face is very wary, very suspect. Justice card in reverse suggests that karmic balance still has yet to come into play. Things are still panning out. They're still in a state of flux. Now, when Justice card is in reverse, you never want to push it. You always stand in your integrity. Whatever that means to you. Very, very important. But see, it's interesting too, because like with this Vessel card, this card usually takes place in a boat. You're looking for your way out. What is the advice from Spirit? Eight of Pentacles in reverse, excuse me, Knight of Cups. Your way out could be another person. Knight of Cups is authentic, has something to offer that is authentic, love, friendship. Eight of Pentacles in the upright could be a work situation or a place where you invest the majority of your resources, effort, energy, or time. Often associated with a workplace scenario, but not always. When the card is in reverse, right, here we went from the Seven of Pentacles, deciding on whether or not we're going to continue with our investment, to the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. We're not going to continue. Spirit is saying we're not continuing. This is advice from Spirit. We're not continuing anymore. It's your advice. You do what you want to do. But there is somebody coming in, somebody good, somebody that can help, at least on an emotional level. Two cards on the ground. Seven of Wands, Page of Wands. This card has shown up for, I think, 6 readings, and it drives me nuts. It's driving me nuts. At this point, it's driving me nuts because it's so crazy looking. It's a toilet with toothbrushes. And I've been telling all the other signs that it shows up for, like, these two things do not go together. Like, it bothers me. And I'm very vocal about it in your reading, so it's really bothering me that there's like something, there's an issue of cleanliness, but like energetically, something needs to be cleaned up. Page of Wands in reverse. There's timidness here to clean it up. Because it's, you know, you ever see those videos on whatever, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever. People are filming what they call their depression messes. You know, that they let their rooms get so out of control, their kitchens, their bedrooms, or whatever, that like they're just, sometimes I don't know if these things are staged, but sometimes it's just like, oh, that's disgusting. But they could be a real result of mental health issues. And so people film themselves cleaning up that, and there's such a level of satisfaction from the viewer to see the person in the video putting order back into their life where there was once chaos. But it's to get to that point of cleaning it up so difficult. And Spirit is showing that you don't, it is difficult for you to even have the energy, Page of Wands in reverse, to pick up the mess. It's too much. You're trying to clean a toilet with a toothbrush. Like, they do that in the military, at least in the movies. So I'm going to read from the book, The Vessel, to end your reading. The Vessel. Body, container, cup. The vessel may be the most powerful archetypal form on earth. It is everywhere. Cups hold liquid. Stoves hold fire. Our bodies hold organs. Our homes hold families. Through the simple act of separation, the vessel protects what it contains. Nests protect the eggs. Savings accounts, why can't I read right now? Savings accounts protect our earnings. Even the planets are contained within their circular orbit. When this card appears, it's time to assess what is being held together and how. Is the vessel too tight, too loose, broken, empty, full? Or perhaps there is no vessel at all, and the contents spill in every direction. It is natural for structures to be formed and eventually fall apart. The vessel has a life cycle that must be honored. Is it time for you to build, break, or repair? You must find out. That's your reading, Capricorn. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Capricorn.